Hi boys and girls, it's Shane. I'm in my Sci-fi house, which is almost done, but I made a big mistake. So I have cans of denatured alcohol. I also have cans like this, identical, that say acetone on them. And I was going to clean this acrylic that we took the time to make in that video last week, and I accidentally grabbed the acetone instead of the denatured alcohol. And anyone that's ever worked in a nail salon can tell you that acetone and plastic don't go well together. So now my plastic is all cloudy on my little alien world terrariums that we built. So I've been trying to figure out how to fix that, and I think I've come up with a way. We'll see if it works. So the problem is that this isn't dirty. The plastic has literally melted. So I went to the hardware store, or I went to the auto parts store, and I got a headlight restoration kit because a lot of the headlights on the front of cars are plastic and they get deteriorated over time. This, I think, will remove enough of the plastic that I accidentally melted to make this pretty again. So I don't know if this is going to work, but we're just going to squeeze some of this lens clarifying compound, and we're supposed to use a soft cloth and rub it in a circular motion is what the instructions say. Will this work? I don't know. If this doesn't work, I'm not exactly sure what my next operation is going to be to try to fix it. There's a couple steps to this, so I'm just going to keep rubbing. Just rub it and rub it and rub it until it gets clear. That's kind of the best hope that I have right now, I think. We'll read the next step if this doesn't work. Kind of massaging it in there. Really good. Don't know. Maybe that improved a little bit, but it's definitely not what we want. Let's see if we can do better. Next step sounds a little more destructive, but unfortunately I think that's what we're going to have to do. Sometimes you got to destroy something to make it better. So that hasn't worked as well as we want. Now we're going to try this spray lubricant that came with it, and it comes with what's essentially a little piece of sanding pad, but they call it a polishing pad, but it's like a sandpaper thing. So we're going to spray some lubricant on here. And it wants me to go in the same direction like this, not circular, which I was a little surprised by. So I'm going to follow the instructions and just go back and forth. And I can feel it. It is sanding. So this is sanding some of the plastic off. Hopefully this is going to sand off the part of the plastic that melted with the acetone. Sometimes we have to erase our mistakes. Sometimes we have to, and this is kind of like using an eraser. Where, you ever erase something on a piece of paper? You rub the eraser over it, and it rubs off your mistake. And this is hopefully going to rub off the mistake that I made with that acetone. Let's put a little bit more lubricant on here. I wish definitely sometimes I have mistakes in life. I wish I could just rub on it until they went away. You ever wish that you could just rub, and it's just erase that mistake? Some of you probably wish you could rub, and erase a person from your life, just based on listening to some of you. But okay, now I'm going to flip to side number 2, and it wants me to go the opposite way. So I went this way. Now I'm going to go this way on side number 2. And this is essentially just a finer grit of sandpaper. So it's going to sand it to a much better finish, I believe. Will this work? I don't know. So I'm just going to use some glass cleaner and remove that. It's not looking very clear, is it? Let's read the instructions and see what the next step is. All right, so we're supposed to try this lens clarifying compound again. Now that we've essentially sanded off a small layer. So let's put a bunch of this on here. And this is supposed to, I think, fill the gaps, the little scratches that were made by sanding. I think it's essentially kind of a wax. And then I think I'm going to buff it and see if it becomes clear. What do you think? Do you think this is going to become clear? Right now, I don't know. I'm actually a little doubtful. If this doesn't work, I feel like I'm gonna have to sand it with a, maybe something a little more coarse, since I literally melted the plastic and it's not just surface pitting. We'll see. I just realized, I hope this doesn't have a UV protection in it, because if it does have UV protection, it might block the ultraviolet light from making these things visible. It may have improved a little bit. Let's keep rubbing and see if it gets any better. I think it is looking better though. Buff, buff, buff. Buff, 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 buff. How good is this going to look? Did we succeed or did we fail? Ah, that one looks like success. Did we succeed? Oh, not bad. I'd say that's much better than it was. Let's turn off the lights so we can... There we go. So much better. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. But it's better than when we started. We improved it. We made it better. And that is our goal, to